have on record with it, and that was on Bind. But I doubt that that's. I'm not going to even draw a conclusion on that.
You don't want to make a prediction on which map with this one?
No, well, don't have time to. That's all right, though. That's all right. So we got G2 coming in and picking Ascent.
Always them.
So this is the thing, right? When you look in towards the picks, the lack of a Sage, as we were talking about, if you guys are just joining us, is becoming much more relevant because Sage is probably going to be replaced when it comes through to the next meta once Killjoy is introduced. Killjoy is not allowed in this tournament if you're wondering why we're not seeing her being picked, but most teams are probably going to be straying towards her whenever she is allowed in, coming into the next tournaments. And at that stage, obviously, it makes sense to get your practice in now.
Getting that practice in is key. Now, G2, if I'm right, they've picked Ascent every single time, right?
If not every time, very close to, for sure.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I cannot remember them not picking into Ascent. And I think that's just ultimate comfort then. They feel like they figured it out the most. But if you look at some of their scores, it's not always been as clear-cut as it be. Now, everyone at home, this is what you've been waiting for. It doesn't matter which region you're from, everyone was talking about this matchup. Liquid, first time they're going up against G2 under their new organization. The old fish lineup, it's time for them to prove themselves, and they certainly are looking like the best Liquid we have ever seen. The best version of this roster. But is it enough to take down G2? Now, I saw people saying like, oh, you can't expect much from David P, right, given what he's had to go through. Well, guess what? He played phenomenal yesterday. Really solid game coming out from him. But also, he's even said he wants to do this for his father. There is a lot on the line for this, more than just a tournament win. He is going to be pushing this the whole way. And G2, they're pushing their way straight into B. It's a very fast round. Mixwell getting the shorty onto Link. Oh, this is not the start Liquid would have wanted at all. The heel's already gone down, and we're going to see them holding it back. G2 straight in, 2 opening kills, and the retake is going to be oh so difficult now for Liquid. 3v5, and it's an after plant. Scream expecting someone to come on the flank. He's waiting for it, but little does he know, it's not quite coming.
Oh, there we go. Eventually, David P comes around that corner, and Scream's the one looking for him. I thought maybe he would have given up on that flank play, looking for it anyways, but no, Scream committed fully. He's in a little bit of danger of being spotted, his position given away, but luckily the spams through Boathouse not playing as much of a role when it's semi-auto weapons. Swing around from Mixwell to get one, but they're not able to deal with Cryptix, who returns the frags, but it's too late now. That spike's already ticking far too much, and there were 2 players to deal with. That's the first round for G2 Esports, and a good opening for the side on the attack, with Mixwell showing us how to entry with a shorty.
Now, Mitch, I'm going to say, right, Scream was holding that angle, waiting and waiting, and I just thought he was going to turn away.
Yeah.
But nope, he luckily stood still. David P ended up walking straight into it, but it didn't do any difference, right? Because you kept Scream there for so long, you just bought more time with it.
Yeah.
I'm guessing they've just seen G2 do that, right? Like, we've all seen now that this is coming something they want to try and go for. But you can be knowing it's going to happen. Dealing with it's a whole nother thing.
Yeah, that's very true. You know, I want to also touch on the point, obviously, that we haven't brought up too many times. The fact that Artis is coming in, and he's been picking against Team Liquid on every prediction sheet that we've done. He does not want them to win. And the rivalry between him and his former teammates is always amazing to hear when we get down to interview time. Hopefully we'll get to do that at some stage.
I know that's what you want. I know that's what you need. And
so hopefully we'll be able to give it to you. But for now, Artis is looking to give it to his former teammates and take this series as they always have done. G2 historically undefeated by this Team Liquid roster. And things are not looking too bad for them in this one either. Look, it's flawless entering into A, getting the spike planted, and as time ticks away and Team Liquid look to get back in for more access, they fail to find anything.
Yeah, this is not what they would have wanted here. For the G2 side, though, this has gone to plan. Even then from Cryptix, he's landed some beautiful sheriff shots over the last couple of days. Not this time around. Soulcast, that's a good one.
Nice exit for him, for sure, but you need a couple more realistically. There's 4 enemies still alive. G2 are going to be building up bank on this round, especially considering the kind of weak weapons that they've gone for in the most part. Mixwell looking to hunt this down. Judge around the corner. Time's running low, but he gets headshot by Solkas up close. What a connection. I did not see that going his way, Max, I'll be honest.
No, 2 headshots on the exits as well, right? Okay, it's not doing too much to G2. They're going to buy up into this anyway. But, I mean, just getting those extra points, getting the extra ult charges, why the hell not? Now, this is a strong start for G2. But if I'm right, Mitch, it's normally for G2 that it's their attacking side that's the stronger side.
When I look at G2 on Ascent, they've played it 16 times, just to give you context on how many, and 69% of the time they're winning the defensive rounds, and 53 on attack. So it's slightly more defense-sided, actually. So that's even better that they got off to the 2-0 start, but how much more can they get done? Eccles only got a little ghost, and he's able to tap away on one, almost a second, given room, as Mixwell stays down on the frenzy. After the force buy in the previous, they suspect they're still going to be against weak weapons, and they keep over these very light ones. That's a very good decision by G2. Obviously, they spotted the weapons on the corpses of the opponents they killed, and whoops, Mixwell lit down very low. You'll always want to survive just to stop them from gaining any ult points from you. They get a kill and die. It's obviously going to help them a lot more, so he just backs off. And it is a 3v4. Even with low HP on Mixwell, low HP on Artis, you don't want to give them the opportunities. Because at the end of the day, they don't know those players are low. But if it went to a 3v3, maybe they push and find out.
And I've just checked as well, Mitch. Every game G2 has played, their pick has been Ascent.
That's pretty phenomenal.
Obviously, they've had some losses in there for sure, but it's their comfort pick. It's where they feel at home. It's where they want to take this control. And so far, the control is going in their favor. They haven't had to come up against a buy from Liquid. It's just been the forced rounds. Now it's crunch time. 3-0 for the moment for G2. It's looked good. They've had minimal casualties. They've had relative ease getting into the sites.
But here we go. Now they're going to come up against that full defense.
Oh, yes.
Liquid stacked up. And they're even keeping their weaker weapons. Well, for now. Artis has still got himself an Ares. You see a Marshall in play.
I'm down for this.
Spectres.
I'm a big fan, right, of teams that are winning so far ahead that even if you concede a round, if you can get some damage done with weapons and upgrade as you go, as long as you've got a couple of Phantoms and a Vandalin, then I'm not against it. What I don't like is when we just see like a full round of, say, 4 or 5 Spectres in there or something like that. You know? That's what I'm like, well, yeah, you're really just outmanned when it comes to damage and size. Scream up to his old tricks, though. Going aggressive with it. Fades his way out of it, but the shock darts are coming in. They're trying to take him out, and Artis, he's landed it. That's exactly what you want to see, but he may get too far forward on that. Playing on the edge of the smoke, and Solcas will return one. So still an advantage now for Liquid after Scream got the opening. And Mixwell hanging on to his Marshall now. Marshall or Operator, Mixwell is a deadly man with the snipers in his hand. Oh, don't give him a heady chance. Don't give him that. Now he's going to go forward. Okay, I like this. Goes into the area. He's just like, I'll just spam it. Why not, you know? Okay, they're probably planning now for just an explosive bust if he's gone into the Spectre, right? He doesn't want to take the Marshall in to do that kind of damage. Cryptic's got good vision on here. He will spot him out. Straight away, target hit. Cryptix isn't going to miss something as easy as that. The smoke goes up. He knows they're running across. Oh, he doesn't spam.
They found my wire.
Just activated his cage.
Oh, but that's the spike. That's a big pickup. That's a bit of an error on G2. That's a blunder. And the jet may jump across, but the door's going to be closed, so that's going to at least stop Cryptix for now. Oh, straight away. Trying to fight off its Spectre. Going up against the Phantom.
He's just had the upgrade as well. They're off his teammate's body, so I think he's got a Phantom now as well. G2, Pit, dodging it. He's safe for now, but he's got to go for this fight. They're coming from all angles, and it's time to pull this into the lead. Shock Dart coming through, but he's already moved off that position. Camera, oh, it actually gets blinded by the paranoia. Couldn't spot Cryptix coming through. It taps away by Pit. One for him, but that's all he's going to get, Banks.
Good retake coming out from Liquid there. Could have been very scary. Paranoia working out just in the nick of time. Round secured now for Liquid. They're not allowing G2 to stretch their legs too far into this one. Got to say, right, a big shout out to the Valorant community worldwide for coming out for this one. I haven't seen so much hype around the game, especially for an EU game, for a long time.
Oh, yeah.
We got excited just knowing that this was the final game of today for groups. We've not even got to playoffs just yet.
Yeah, shout out for whoever did the scheduling on this one. It's definitely worthwhile. And the way the games have fallen, just in case you're only joining us now, if G2 win this, they'll take first place. If they lose, they'll go third.
And they're currently sat in third, right? So the win here is absolutely vital for him. Solcas, yes! Gets up with the ult, jumps up forward. He expects them to be slightly aggressive, but I don't think he imagined himself getting away with that one.
No, not when they'd already dashed back. It looked like they were going to make it away, but standing a little too close to the wall in the end, the space couldn't be created. G2 lose the opening pick, and now they're stalled a little bit.
Yeah, well, they now know that they're hoping the aggression will come. Now, Mixwell, yeah, he gets boosted up. Gonna try and see if he can spot him out, and he does, and Soulcast gets him. That's absolutely huge. Mixwell down off the back of an ult. Soulcast stays into it. Eccles is able to teleport out of way as well. He does take some damage, but this is hugely beneficial for Liquid. They've made G2 spend so much here already, and they've got nothing for it. Scream, need to get this one. That's no problem at all. Padatek just walking straight through and allowing Scream the opportunity. 2v5 and G2. They're in a world of pain. And that pain train could all be coming from Soulcast depending on the timing here. He goes to look out into it. Cryptix actually did manage to spot it out, which gave him the info. David, though, saving. But not for long. Saved his teammate, couldn't save himself. Artis, cheeky jumping up, takes down Eccles. You know that's one he's going to scream and shout about. And Artis isn't done yet. This is quickly turning around. It's still a 2v1. And Artis hangs on, looks to spray into it. Nice job by Scream. Of course it's a headshot. Of course he seals it. But that's a 2-3 now. It was massively in G2's favor right from the beginning, right, in terms of having ults and everything ready. Then you just see him open up with that first kill that was just not expected from Soulcast. They try to get away, but it's just perfect.
Pith actually ran towards that, I think, by the looks of it.
Mixwell, if he doesn't have the draft there to disappear, right?
Oh, yeah, he's gone.
If he can't dash out the way, that's 2 gone.
Let us hunt.
A 3-2 for G2. They're being caught up on. Team Liquid are starting to close in that gap, and things could get scary for them. You got to be careful over on the defense, over on the offensive side, not to allow Liquid back into it. And that seems like it's already happening. And for Liquid, the setup hasn't really featured a lot of their aggression that we saw on Ascent the last times they were playing it. This is much tighter gameplay. They're allowing G2 to make those early moves and use up a lot of their utility in seizing these middle fights. You can see that they're afraid of Link or Eccles on that operator potentially lurking around those middle angles as they go out to peek them, because every round they're committing one of the Omen smokes to it. And there's a second towards top mid just to further ensure that that peek doesn't come through. This time, though, it's not in case they find a kill. It's just to keep the information out of their hands. Market's open now.
Looking to try and grab some info. Link needs to come up huge here. He's the headshot machine, and he starts off strong. Mixwell goes down, but that's all he's going to get for now. Straight into the revive, and the Cypher ult as well. But Scream is there, and he is a monster. They just line in for him. He's got Eccles backing him up as well. Soulcast does go down, though. This gives them the chance. G2, they need to be oh so careful. They try to jump their way into the B site. Trying to provide some cover for Scream. Trying to play off of it, but that's all he's going to get for now. Oh, head shown, but Cryptix couldn't hit it. G2 have got the site now, and it's a retake needed. Cryptix spams through, but he's so low on health. He knows Eccles is going to have to help him out in a big way now. And David, he snuck in. They might not check this. Oh, dear.
What a massive play by David P. Just sat behind them. He snuck into that position while they were waiting for the smoke to fade. And yet again, check your corners comes into play, but that one's a little bit more forgivable, you know?
Yeah, they'd seen everyone go across, right?
Yeah.
So you can kind of forgive him on that. But the name of the game in Valorant today is check your corners.
Mainly, though, when you see the start of the round, someone like, I guess the equivalent on this map would be pushing B and not clearing close right as you go on through.
Yeah.
As we saw it, on Haven earlier, like multiple games where players just weren't checking the C long corner. We're getting double
Even the same players not checking the same corner after being punished by it,
in the same match, like 4 times we saw it.
It happens.
It's ridiculous.
It certainly happens. To be fair, though, in Valorant, some of these rounds can get so crazy that it is hard to stick with it, to know that's what's going on. Now, Mixwell on the operator. On this map, on attacking side, he often struggles to find success. Can this be the game today, especially against Liquid, where he can make it work? We've seen some hit and miss moments from him. Link spot's pretty good, but now his position is known. Oh, the shot dart onto him, and he still gets the headshot. He's looking for more, but it's not going to work out. They're trading effectively for now, and just puts it into the 3v3. Liquid got a lot of ults to play with. Scream, he's checking. He wants to make sure that no one's going to be coming from mid just yet. But so far, G2 just focused on B. David puts the wall up, and that'll give him cover for now. They can focus on the site, and Eccles goes down. This is the way you want to play it out.
That door is down, so Scream can't exactly just look for a fight without giving his position away. And now look at this aggressive push. That is so good from David B. He catches Scream completely off guard with the man advantage. They didn't expect that kind of aggression, but Cryptix is going to spot both players. The problem was he didn't have the info, but now he can just go on forward. Is he going to spam through? Probably not at this point. It's a little bit late. His cam is up elsewhere, so he won't have that back online at any stage, but his opponent's is online. He's being spotted. They're trying to spam him through the walls. They're spraying as well to keep him back, and at this point, I think there's no other choice but to go in for that save as G2 pick up that 5th round. Oh, that smoke didn't hit properly. That cost Mixwell his life on the exit, and Cryptix is going in for a little bit more, taking all their weapons away. Doesn't quite manage it to pith, but still decent damage done. They need to get back on the board, though.
Yeah, now G2 start to make it work for them. 5-2, and well, Liquid, that one's going to hurt him a bit. The fact that David P got away with that at the end was very unfortunate. Scream was waiting in mid, and despite him waiting, he broke the door and he gave David the opportunity to come through. These are the shock darts you wait for, though, right? These are the ones that can cause a lot of problems for teams trying to push into B.
Oh, they're going to go straight on in. Could be hit up by those shocks if they're not careful, especially when you're taking that. And there you go. The ult charge is going to cost. Luckily, though, G2 are playing with a Sage at the moment, so that heal can at least come through for the early round. And the wall can go up to allow Sage to see on over. Link can't even fast peek. That spot from the dart doesn't allow him to get the wall bang on time, but he connects the headshot afterwards. The ult as well now online with the drone. That could get very dangerous as the drone's deployed. But look, they've all left. So he'll at least get the information. They're not there. It should just about make it around the corner. Oh, he was even clearing for them having been in Boathouse already. So in fact, Liquid thought that they could be out. And yet look at the rotates. They've put 4 players on the A site, even though there was the potential for Boathouse and all that to be compromised.
G2 know, though.
I love that camera just there to clear in the back corner. It's gorgeous.
G2 still respecting Liquid. They didn't just push in like crazy. Cryptix will get one. It's a headshot delivered.
There.
They're waiting to see if any more might come their way. Spike to be planted, though. Oh, the Sober ult does come out. They're all just jumping and diving out. Oh, no! Soulgas again! He's using his abilities oh so well on that raise. But is it going to be enough to help them get in? 2 versus 2. The Sober is incredibly low. And with Ardis getting the kill onto Link, that'll be it. Finished off by Padatek. And this is where it starts to look very scary for Liquid.
It does indeed. When you give G2 this much of a lead, things can fall apart and spiral out of control so quickly. It seems like we're already at that stage. And they have got a better composition for attacking over on the Liquid side, I suppose. You're not looking at the usual Sage over towards the B site that you'll see holding down. You don't have any slow potential on that. And we've already seen that impact one of the rounds, where obviously Link had to play that much more passive hold in towards Boathouse and put his drone out. But they still made the right read. They still stacked up, which is almost worse, because then they ended up losing the round.
The door being closed, just they tried to push their way in. But it doesn't matter for G2. They're just going to barrel forward. Scream doing his best. He's now onto the pistol. He's trying to find himself some cover to at least get the reload in. You can hear the footsteps, and he just gets destroyed from behind. He didn't know where to look or where to turn for that one. G2's aggression now against Liquid, it's just something they can't deal with at this point.
So normally, Banks, we'll see a split on B looking like bottom mid control in through the market and then obviously B main. This time, though, it was spawn. They didn't even look at market. They went straight through to spawn, wall right side, push to site, and an easy take. There's so much control for G2 on that one. I was just given up for free by Liquid. Again, I feel like the Sage on the defense, especially on Ascent, is such a key agent. I understand what they're doing. They're experimenting around with some of these, but the issue that you have then is defending B often requires that extra player. Like you saw there, they had the 3 stack, and they had no mid control to back that up either.
Bad attack. Didn't check that corner quite well enough. He went to look more into his spawn. But look at the lead now for G2. Very scary for Liquid to handle, and they just haven't had the answers. They've had more opportunity in just saving weapons and picking up some kills, while G2 plant and take control.
This is where you'll often see the likes of a double operator setup come out to try and really recover on what's been going wrong. But Liquid stick onto rifles. That nade early on keeps Patatek forward. He's spotted up. Hunter's Fury comes through. It's over on G2 actually that are popping it. They're looking for control and indeed the kill onto Cryptics. I thought based on the tag that was going to be Liquid, but obviously they don't even have it online.
Especially the way Patatek jumped out the way. It all just made sense.
I'm looking for the line. I'm like, where is it? So that was interesting. They just opened up by spamming in towards the alleyway, I guess you call it, over on the A site, that little like where the server is, just down the side.
Oh, four-man push now. After the shock darts have been used.
Artis is just sat up towards the bottom and middle. Oh, the teleport outside of A. They see it's clear. The rotates can now come in. You can even see that heavy rotate from the Rays to come around and try and support them. Ult goes through, shot in, and a double kill. Solka's doing so much damage, but Link still needs to hold strong. Scream picking off another. They're looking for defender spawn control, and as Mixwell picks off a first, he's then taken down by Scream. Link was patient. He waited the whole time for someone to peek and eventually got his reward. But what a reaction by Solkas. They see that outside A is clear, and he immediately leaves middle, boosts up above the smokes as they come down, and pops in for a double kill.
Yeah, that's exactly what they needed, but relying on the ult to make it happen. Okay, yeah, it's great he got it done, but now they need to find the solution to this without that having to be a factor. Again, Solkas using his ult, using his grenades, just... it's working out so well for him as a Raze. You can see the comfort he's at.
Yeah, Solkas has definitely been one of the players that I think legitimized the Raze, because there was a point where we were thinking some teams started to just abandon it completely. And the likes of Split it would be picked up in general, but Solkas just came through steadfast, picking it again and again, and you're really seeing why, even on Haven, which was like the caveat that, oh, you play her wherever you want, but not Haven, surely.
He believes. Oh, Patatek. I get it, you're trying to sneak in, but that's not going to work out. Oh, nicely done by Solkas again. A couple of great rounds from him, and he finishes off Mixwell as well and tries to just speed his way into the site. It's not working out. It's only David P left.
Brave attempt by Mixwell with a drop kick on the shorty, but sadly it doesn't connect for the kill. Did leave him with very little HP. This is a bit of RNG, robbed him. And David P's on his way, moving around. And, you know, ideally he could go to B and plant, but he doesn't have the spike, so that's going to stop him.
I like it though, right? Because he's gone all the way around. He's bought some time. He still has 30 seconds to play with.
They think he's in the corner. They're committing 2 players towards it because he broke the tripwire. That gave it away and the wall early, so they saw the gap, then they saw trip, and they're thinking, okay, he's pushed down here. Then he's went in the corner and hid. And only now are they realizing, wait, man, he hasn't moved. He's not there. He must be coming back for the spike, but he's bought himself that extra time. And possibly even get a res in.
Making noise as that time starts to run down. They're going to look straight at him.
If they had killed him a second later, the res would have come through, and they would have just wasted it away. Obviously, there's no reason they should have let him just go out and do that, but...
There you go. You just have the res, you know. Why not?
Well, he might have just taken the spike and ran for a plan, you know?
I know exactly.
But that was...
After this one, so he gets that one, and then here's Mixwell. He's like, I'll get him, no problem. No, you don't.
2 HP! I knew he was low because I saw the red, but I didn't catch a figure. That is rough.
Slapped him down out of the sky.
Surely, though, when Patatek TP's through, that's where the fast play is supposed to erupt, right? They're meant to just rush out with him, but they waited like a second or two. They're just like, you go on and die him, we'll figure it out.
Patatek, you've given away your position, right? We'll just handle this for now. And then we have to deal with it.
I think it was just like communication on timing. Maybe he thought he was supposed to go, and then he was like, wait, what? No,
Oh,
no.
I've clicked it. I'm going, boys.
It's like, push, guys, please.
Aggression shown towards A main, though, and G2 will come a little bit late to the party. She might throw them off a bit. Some noise made. Has it been heard? Ooh, it's going to come down to the timing. Solkas, though, he gets domed this time around.
Big ult
Gets
by
in to
Piv.
use his ult.
Massive ult. So they now know that there's no one towards this A site.
Cruise
That
on in.
The only control is that they could take is being watched by Artis anyways. So that's a free plant. And they've still got 2 ults, one of which is a res.
Oh, Artis is just in such a great spot. Very unlikely to be checked as well. They're going to so focus in on the door.
Last round, they have to go for this.
It's got to be an attempt. Artis starts off, and it's just easy for him for now. Mixwell spamming up on the rafters. No one's actually walking into his bullets just yet. And just as he lines it up, Scream tries to march on forward. And it's an 8-4 first half here for G2. It's their map pick. And they need this 2-0 if they want to take first place in group stage.
All right.
Face NIP tomorrow in a best of 1.
Yes.
And that's the beauty if you're just tuning in, you've not been keeping an eye on this all. It's best of 1s all tomorrow until the grand final, but we have a lower bracket they have to fight through as well.
Yeah.
Plenty of games, plenty of excitement, plenty of opportunity for teams. But also, it's going to be very interesting what maps get played out here. First of all, if you're playing GT, you just ban out Ascent.
I think it honestly, it makes for such an exciting format. Like those best of 1s are going to be so tense, and at least you get a second shot at it. So there's the competitive integrity as well. It's going to be great. I'm really looking forward to those games, but we need to decide on the seeding and who gets the extra prize money. Remember, the difference for G2, if they go out in 3rd place, they'll be walking away with, I've almost got it, €500. If they get first, €2,500. And that'll push them then to $50,000 in earnings from this game. They're at 47,000 and something.
Not bad for a game that's only just come out. We've not even seen a LAN tournament for it yet. It's all crazy online play. And I can't wait till we get the LAN environment. I can't wait till we get EU versus
Artis
NA.
sitting directly across from Liquid.
That's going to be some bants.
Yeah, get some player mics.
Some pure British bants coming out. Now this is like what you're talking about, right? The Sage towards B. It does so much here. This slow goes out. It's going to be a problem for him.
Big paranoia. They don't push off it, though.
Yeah.
They just decide to immediately fall back. And maybe if you put a smoke down as well, which obviously is impossible because... Oh, no, sorry. For Team Liquid, yeah, they could have put a...
Oh, no. They're lined up ready for it. Only good for 1 for now. Scream checking all the corners. He's aware they might have had some control, and he gets shot in the side of the head. Artis low on health, but he's still putting up numbers. Oh, and the spike carrier goes down as well. They have to go back in for it. Eventually, Link will finish him off, but look at the time. It's ticking too far away. Easy kill for David P. 9-4. The pistol round's gone in their favor. Likely that we'll get a 10-4 at this stage. This is the G2 we've been missing.
It is indeed. You know, we know why. There were obviously some obstacles for them coming throughout this week in the group stages, but they're still in that position where they can hit first place. What you also have to take into consideration, Banks, is that if they do end up coming out in with a tie in this game, how will that go down? So then they'd be 2-1-2 versus 2-0-3. So if they get a tie, they're still 3rd.
Okay.
Literally only a win puts them
So
first. Anything else is 3rd.
Well, there's a lot on the line for G2 then. But ultimately, right, how I feel with these 4 teams, it doesn't matter who faces who in the best of 1. All those matches are going to be epic. Artis again. He doesn't need a gun. He's just pistol whipping everyone. His headshots like crazy. Soulcast, though, gives him a chance, but it's just not enough. Mixwell will take him down. 10-4. And G2, they do make the 2 rounds at the beginning count. It's all about what's going to happen next. And for Team Liquid, right, they don't often buy up into it. So we could be looking at 11-4 potentially.
They don't often do it, but at this scoreline, do you let them take 11? I think you probably do, but there's definitely going to be some discussion around it.
Let's tab. Let's see what they got. Come on, Observer. You can hear me. Give me a tab.
Get that scoreboard. Got any scoreboards?
Yeah, I can nearly see him. David Peach has not faced them the whole way. Now I see the arrows. Soulcast dying.
For you.
It's all down to what?
Heal up already. Oh, yeah, it's pistols.
Yeah, it's pistols. The fact that they lost 2 players straight away, it's just starting to think.
Kind of shows you, doesn't it?
Yeah, either that or it's just an insane play.
It's just G2, you know. G2 things. G2 things, G2 memes. G2 wrecking face ever so much. Now this would have to be one hell of a comeback for the Team Liquid camp. Certainly possible, but against a G2 that hasn't played like this throughout this tournament.
Oh man, look at Artis right now. 19 kills on the board. He's definitely out for vengeance against these guys. He's saying, listen, I don't care if we're not playing good as a team. I'm going to win this game for us because I'm not losing to Team Liquid. Never hear the end of it. Eccles also, man, we called him out as the best player on this team. He is the highest rated, apart from Link, I think. And he's having such a bad game. 3 kills right now. I think this is the worst game we've seen him play.
Oh, the push out comes in. Some damage done towards Scream. No kills, though. That's nice from David P on the wall. And now you've got the advantage. Argus can swing on out with the drone. Look for some more information. Oh, Eccles. No!
Oh, man.
Oh, he's so unlucky. Was David P peppering him through the wall as well? Just spamming him up so he couldn't move?
I'm not sure.
It
He got
looked
peeked
like
on
it.
short, and then Ulta, just everything went against him. That's terrible. At least this drone should spot Pit. Depends on the routing. It gets deleted from over the double doors to spray through. He actually spots them. Link is now down, and so too is the Spike. This is do or die for Team Liquid on this map, and it doesn't look like it's going to be done. G2 Esports 12-4, an insane lead for them. And what we're hyping up to be the match that we can't wait to see, the game with the rivalry. G2 coming into this tournament looking a little bit weak over the last couple of days, and this is what we're left with.
I'll say this, right? It's a Saturday. Artis is a scouse. He's just ready to hit the pub. You know, they've opened back up in the UK. He's like, boys, I asked you to do one thing for me today. I will play my absolute best, but we finish this real quick. Because what's the time in the UK right now? 10 p.m.?
It's coming up on happy hour, boys.
Yep.
I got to get down there.
He'll still make it. Go out for a madness. He'll celebrate in Star, ready for playoff games tomorrow. No, Wolfing series, he probably just played more Valorant. Let's be honest, it is Artis after all.
It depends on the pub, though. If it's a free bag of peanuts with every drink, then I'm there.
Okay, now, final round for Liquid. This game has been so quick.
It has.
Like
I
just
feel
can't
like
believe it.
I feel bad for any of our viewers that might have blinked before we got into this one because welcome to 12-4. It's been very fast, and it doesn't look like the end's going to be any different. David P with a double kill to just reopen this completely, and as Mixwell returned on the screen, the battle in middle has been chaotic. Team Liquid need to get that spike back. It's dropped towards the left side. A great push by Link, grabs a frag. And now we're down to that 2v2. And Link, it's on the other side of the wall. He realizes that. They're going to grab it. Start moving in towards this site for the plant. It's clear. It's completely open for them. But, oh, man, they're being the worst enemy.
Oh, dear.
They're shift walking, and that's going to allow G2 to get in position.
Patatek might actually get there right in the nick of time.
I think he gets here early. He's got plenty left.
He just can just sit there. He can sit and wait.
Oh!
Straight in with the headshot. Soulcast is down. This is not pretty. This is not what they wanted. He's going to try and spam him up as well. There is time for the spike to go down, but is it really even possible at this stage? Link, it's going to take some incredible heroics. He's good for one, but he's one and done. It's 13-4. It's G2's map pick, and they manhandle Liquid from start to finish.
My God, Banks, what have we just borne witness to? G2, they looked weak all tournament long. They had their issues, but when they came up against Team Liquid, they said, not today, boys. We do not give this team a win. Artis has voted against them in every single game of those picks when we did our predictions. And here he is, voting against them with his kills. 21 as he closes that one out.
Still an incredible team effort from G2 through and through.